Good afternoon, folks. Here we are, game 4 for Team Alaska down here in in Phoenix. We're going to be playing the Colorado Thunderbirds again. Starting off, we got Hughes' line back there with Damerl and Graham. Thunderbirds come our way. And that puck is deflected up and out. We've got Ross in net for his second game of the weekend. Hughes again. Colorado wins it. There's Damerl with the puck. Damerl skates it into the Colorado zone. Fires a shot high. Ricochets off the boards around. Hughes is there to get it. Sims back in the near corner. Comes up to Bram. Bram sends it back down. As we'll get a line change here for TA. Chase's line's coming out now. Colorado dumps it down into the TA zone. Ross goes back, leaves it for Atchison. Atchison up to Greenow. Puck's between Bram's legs. Didn't quite see it there. Back into our zone. Shot on Ross. He's got his first save of the day. Coming at 14:02 left in the first period. Line change again for TA as Carlson line comes out there along with Green and Scott back on D. Colorado wins the draw. DD pass by Colorado. Tried to get it in, but Waldrop was able to intercept that pass and gets it out of the zone. Berg now putting some pressure on. They turn it over right back over to Scott. Scott gets it into the Colorado zone. Scott with a good job rubbing off that Colorado player off the puck. Green sends it over to Waldrop. Waldrop to center ice to Berg, who couldn't quite handle that pass. Waldrop over to Carlson. Leaves it for Berg. Berg tied up as the rest of the line goes out for a line change. Scott pinches down. Good stick by Berg there. Gets it up to the point. Here's Hughes, fires a shot, and another rebound. Attempt that gets deflected off the goalie's stick. Up and out. 13:46 left in the first period. Hughes, Sims, and Boswood out there with Atchison and Damerl. Hughes wins it back to Atchison. He fires a shot, doesn't quite get through. That puck is loose. Rebound, battling, digging. Looks like the goalie laid on top of it. And we'll have a face-off in the Colorado zone. Hughes again set to take the draw. He wins it. Sends it back into the corner. Boswood and Sims back there as Colorado sends it along the boards, but Atchison is there to keep it in. He fires a shot centered. Boswood drops it down for Sims. Sims with it. Sends it back up to the point. Here's Atchison. Atchison. Shot was deflected before it reached the goalie. Here comes Colorado the other way. They tried to get it in deep, but they couldn't do it. Damerl passed up to Boswood. Boswood tipped it. Colorado is going to grab that puck before they get an icing call. Here comes Colorado. They fire a shot that's wide of Ross. Chase and Damerl back behind Ross. Greenow now on the puck. Over to Chase. Chase again with it. He leaves it back for Bram. Bram off the boards to Greenow. Greenow tried to get it up and out, couldn't quite do it. Big hit by McGlasson there to knock that player off the puck. And here comes Team Alaska the other way. Here's Greenow. Drops it down for Damerl. Damerl with a shot saved by the goalie blocker. Greenow back up to Chase. Greenow. McGlasson down there to give some support. Colorado takes it away from him, and they're going to dump it over into the far corner as Bram is there to gather that puck. Up to Greenow, who taps it to Chase. Now Waldrop on the ice in the far corner. Colorado sends it around the boards. Scott now with the puck. Sends it up to Berg. Berg off the glass to Carlson. Carlson back to Berg. Berg with a shot wide. There's a wraparound attempt, and that's a goal from Waldrop. Berg shot the shot on his forehand side a little bit wide. Waldrop was there behind the net, wrapped it around, put it in for the first goal of the game at 10:48 left in the first period. It's 1-0 Team Alaska. Carlson lines stay out there along with Scott and Green. Carlson wins it. Waldrop over to Scott, back over to Green. Green off the boards. Berg taps it in. Carlson moves an edge. Colorado gets it out of the zone, but right to Green. Green sends it back in as Waldrop comes off for a line change. Sims now on the ice. Scott back on D. Scott knocks his guy off the puck. Green comes in for some support. Sims trying to get it out. Tied up on the near side wall. Puck high up in the air. Carlson drops it to himself. There's Berg over to Scott. He's got Sims on the other side. Scott's going to carry it in. Scott still with it. That puck got taken away by Colorado, and they're coming the other way. Hughes back on D. Tripped up with Bram. Centering pass. Wasn't able to connect with anybody. Bram again on the puck. Sends it off the boards. Couldn't get it out. Puck goes in the far corner. Here's Hughes with it now. Taken away by Colorado. Centered. Ross is there, and he covers it up. 9:22 left in the first period. 1-0 Team Alaska. Hughes set to take the draw. Colorado wins it, sends it back to their D. Sims now gets it out of the zone. Colorado turns it over to Atchison. Atchison over to Damerl. Damerl fires it across to Sims. Sims fires a shot over into the corner. Boswood now in the corner. He gets pushed off the puck. And here comes Colorado the other way. Damerl on defense. Good support by McGlasson there to knock that puck away. McGlasson still with it. Gets it out of the zone. Chase's line now coming up as Colorado dumps it into the Team Alaska zone. And they go for a line change. Here's Damerl. Damerl up to Chase. Chase is going to carry it in and drop it for Greenow. Scott now back on D, fires a shot wide. Bounces around. Puck still bouncing, goes in front of Ross. McGlasson steps up to knock that one against the boards. Here's Scott now, tips it up, trying to get it out. Couldn't clear it. Scott now does clear it. He's going to skate through the neutral zone. Gets it deep. Greenhow's down there to chase it in the corner, as is McGlasson. Greenhow tried to get it up to Scott, but it was intercepted by the Colorado forward. Good job by Scott. Doesn't allow a shot getting off. Gets it out of the zone. Tapped by Greenhow. You're welcome. Green loses an edge. Knocks off the net, and we'll get a draw here in the Team Alaska zone, coming at 7:21 left in the first period. 1-0 Team Alaska. Carlson line out there. Boswood as well, as Berg's getting some attention there on the bench.
Oh, yeah. They don't have to worry about
that. Shot's wide from Colorado. Waldrop's there to knock it up and out. Bram now grabbing the puck. He's got control of it and tried to fire it off the boards a little high, and it hit off one of the skaters on the bench for Team Alaska. So we'll have a face-off with 6:53 left in the first period. Carlson, Waldrop, and Boswood out there with Atchison and Bram. Carlson wins it back to Bram. Bram sends it along the boards. Over to Boswood. Boswood tried to tip it up to Carlson. Colorado sends it back in. Ross is going to let that go around back behind him. Atchison comes up. He gets thrown down to the ice. Carlson comes out with it. Waldrop now. He gets rubbed off the puck. Good stick by Waldrop, though. Not allow that to get in front of Ross. Carlson sends it over to Boswood. Boswood giving chase. He's able to get there first. Boswood sends it back deep. As he gets a late hit, there's going to be a roughing penalty coming on Colorado. With 6:12 left in the first period, they're going to call interference, and Team Alaska will go on its first power play of the game. So Chase, Sims, Greenhow out there with Hughes and Damrell. Colorado wins it. They're going to try and get it out of the zone, and they do. Hughes is back there to collect it, sends it back over to Damrell. Damrell up to Greenhow. Greenhow taps it to Chase, and Team Alaska gets their power play set up. Chase on the puck. He's going to walk in, fires a shot, saved by the goalie. 1:39 left in the power play for Team Alaska, 5:51 left in the first period. Chase lines up again for the face-off. One again by Colorado. They're going to fire it again off the boards. This time it does get through, and here they come the other way. Damrell's back, one-on-one. That shot's deflected over by Ross. Green out there as the puck rolled along the boards, and Chase has got it into the zone. He's going to wait for everybody to get set up. Chase down to Greenhow. Chase back to Greenhow. Tried to get up point and does. Damrell now on it. Over to Hughes. Hughes fires a shot, and that's gloved by the goalie. 1:07 left in the power play. And we'll get a line change from Team Alaska as Carlson, Boswood, Waldrop, McGlasson, and Scott come out on the ice now. Boswood has it. Up to McGlasson. Over to Scott. Back to Carlson. Here's Scott. McGlasson tried to get it through. That puck was deflected. There's a quick shot by Boswood. Goalie saved that one. Good stick by Scott to keep it in the zone. Carlson has the puck now. Down to Waldrop. Back to Carlson. 35 seconds left in the power play. Here's Scott. Scott's going to fire a shot, and that's a goal. May have been deflected up front by Boswood. Either way, that's a power play goal for Team Alaska, coming at 4:43 to make it 2-0 Team Alaska. Here's Atchison up to Waldrop. Waldrop's going to send it back behind Colorado. Carlson with a good effort to get to that puck. McGlasson's over there for support, as is Waldrop. Waldrop comes out with the puck, sends it up to the point to Atchison. Atchison fires it. It's deflected wide. McGlasson now in the corner. Carlson with it. Back to McGlasson. McGlasson behind the net. Centered it. Nobody was there. Here's Bram now. He's going to fire a shot. It's saved by the goalie. Watch out. And we'll get a line change with 4 minutes and 1 second left in the first period. Hughes, Chase, Greenow out there with Green and Damrell. Berg still on the bench getting some attention. Green battling for the puck here down in the corner against 2 Colorado players. Colorado comes out with it. They drop it back to the point. Good job by Chase. Puck's up in front, right in front, and they lift that up and over. Colorado with a backhand attempt, lifted up and over and out of the rink. So we'll have a face-off here in the Team Alaska zone. Hughes, Chase, Greenow out there with Scott and Atchison. Scott has the puck, fires it around the boards over to Chase. Chase is going to skate it through center ice, lofts it up and into the corner for Greenow. Greenow and Chase back behind the Colorado goalie. Colorado comes up with it and controls the puck. They fire it into Team Alaska zone. Good stick by Atchison. Take that puck away. Atchison still with it. Supported by Scott. And here's Hughes. He gets it over to Scott. Up to Greenow. Greenow trying to hit the long pass, but that was intercepted by Colorado. Scott's there to intercept their pass that was attempted center. And here's Greenow now on the far side. Here's Sims now with it. He gets rubbed off the puck. Graham now fires it over to Scott. He's going to fire that shot on net. Big rebound comes out, but Colorado's right there. Graham again with it, and that's going to be offside. It's coming at 2:10 left in the first period. 2-1 Team Alaska. Excuse me, 2-0 Team Alaska. Carlson, Sims, Boswood, Green, and Anderson out there for Team Alaska. Puck is thrown into the Colorado zone. Sims. And now Green defending the Colorado forward. Good stick by Green there, deflects that pass. Sims and Green against the boards. Green came out with it momentarily, lost the puck right to Carlson. Carlson's now got it. 1:40 left in the first period. As Waldrop comes out, and McGlasson and Chase. Colorado fires a shot. That's saved by Ross. Colorado sends it back behind Ross again. Here's Green trying to get to the puck. Chase now. He takes the puck away from Colorado and gets it out of the zone. Waldrop now with it. He's got Chase with him, but he lost control of the puck. Good stick by McGlasson to keep it in. Another penalty coming up. Looked like that's going to be on... Looked like it's going to be on Team Alaska. Not sure... Yep, going to be on Team Alaska. And that'll stop the play there. There's 49 seconds. We're going to call roughing. That's going to be on Chase. So with 49 seconds left in the first period, Team Alaska will go on the penalty kill. Sims, Hughes, Atchison, and Damerl out there for the penalty kill for Team Alaska. Hughes wins it back to Atchison. Atchison had the puck taken away from him. Up to the point for Colorado. Colorado fires a shot, deflected and saved by Ross. 35 seconds left in the first period. Hughes again sets to take the face off. He wins it back to Damerl. Damerl fires it off the boards over to Sims. Sims misread that, but's able to get it out of the zone. 25 seconds left in the period. Sims comes up, as does Atchison. Atchison with a good hit behind Ross. That bouncing puck right in front. Good job to clear it. 7 seconds. 5 seconds. Damerl now giving some pressure. 2 seconds. And that'll end the period. So the score is 2-0 Team Alaska. They'll start the second period with 1:11 left on the penalty kill, as Chase will serve out the rest of his roughing penalty. All right, starting out the second period, we've got McGlasson, Boswood, Atchison, and Scott out there. 1:11 left on the penalty kill for Team Alaska. Boswood applying some pressure here in the Colorado zone. Good job by Boswood tying him up in the neutral zone now. Here's McGlasson. Colorado tries to get it set up. Good job by Atchison to get in the way of that shot. They clear the puck, and there's 45 seconds left in the penalty kill. Here comes Colorado, passing it up through the neutral zone. Atchison, good stick, pokes that into the corner. Good job by Atchison to tie him up. 26 seconds left in the penalty kill. Scott now back there behind Ross. They keep the puck over to the side. McGlasson giving some pressure up front. He's able to get a stick on that. Gets it off of the boards and out. 10 seconds left in the penalty kill. Boswood still with some pressure. 5 seconds left in the penalty kill. And Team Alaska is back to full strength as Chase comes out of the box. Shot, saved by Ross. Good job there getting a pad on it. Here comes Chase the other way. Chase, he's got some room through the neutral zone. Has McGlasson with him, good speed. Chase with a good shot, was going 5-hole. Goalie did a good job getting there in time. Waldrop now on the ice. Scott falls down, tripped over a stick. Puck leaks out of the zone. And Colorado will send it back in, but that's going to be offsides with 13:01 left in the second period. Good news as Bird comes back onto the ice after getting some attention. He's all fixed up and ready to go. He's back out there with Carlson and Waldrop. Damerel and Bram back on D. Carlson wins it, back to Damerel, to Bram. Here's Carlson, he's going to skate it in the Colorado zone, backhands it, trying to center it. Damerel wasn't able to keep that puck in the zone. Over to Berg. Berg, still with it. Damerel now in the neutral zone at center ice. And that's offsides. Hughes, Boswood, Sims, Green, and Atchison out there now. Hughes wins it. Sims taps it back to Atchison, who sends it into the zone. Colorado goalie goes back to play it. Sims on the far side corner. Sims battling for the puck. Hughes comes down now. Puck pops out to one of the Colorado players, and they're off and running the other direction. They tried to center it, but weren't able to connect on a pass. There's a shot, saved by Ross. Good blocker there by Ross. Boswood now flips it up and out, back to the Colorado D. 11:40 left in the second period. Colorado sends it around the baseboards. Boswood now tried to flip it up and out. Well, the forwards was there to stop it. Now Sims in the far corner. There's Hughes, long stretch pass to Sims. Sims one-on-one. He fires a shot, easily gloved by the goalie, and we'll get a line change from Team Alaska. 11:12 left in the second period, 2-0 Team Alaska. Chase, Greenough, and McGlasson out there with Scott and Damrow. Puck goes into the corner. Chase battling along with McGlasson. They punch it out over to Greenough. He gets tied up, loses the puck, and Colorado has it now. Careful, that's close to a chip there, but they don't call it. And that's going to be offsides. Colorado wins that draw and sends it back. Scott going back behind Ross to grab the puck. He grabs it, flips it up and out. Greenough giving chase. Colorado gets there first. Deflected off of McGlasson, but out of the zone. And they fire it in on Ross, who deflects it into the corner. Scott and Greenough battling for it. And here comes Greenough. He's got McGlasson with him. McGlasson pass deflects off his stick. McGlasson in the corner. McGlasson and Greenough now. Colorado comes out with it. Lines are changing for Team Alaska. Carlson is out on the ice now. That puck deflected off of the shin guard. Greenough tried to hit Carlson. Didn't quite have the touch. And Colorado will ice it. We'll bring it back down into the Colorado zone with 9:49 left in the second period. Still 2-0 Team Alaska. Carlson, Waldrop, and Berg out there with Atchison and Bram. Here's Waldrop with some good moves, ultimately lost the puck. He was trying to set up his backhand, but couldn't quite get there in time. Berg takes it away. Waldrop with a good stick, takes that puck away from Colorado. High off the glass and out of the zone. Atchison poking at that one. Good hit by Bram. Good job by Ross to come out of the net a bit. He poke-checked that puck away from that forward. Here's Carlson now. Carlson fires a shot. Quick shot. Saved by the goalie. Berg now with it. Berg squeezes by two players, centers it. Nobody's home. As Colorado had that defended nicely in front of the net. Colorado's going to fire it on net. Ross is there to make that save. Team Alaska's going to get a line change here. They better hurry. Atchison stayed back. Scott's on the ice now, along with Boswood, Hughes. Good save by Ross. And they got one through. So 8:35 into the second period. Colorado scores their first goal to make it 2-1. They had multiple attempts at that. Ultimately, were able to bury one in. Hughes lines up for the face-off. He's got Sims and Boswood out there with him. Colorado sends it in the zone. Ross touches it up to Green. Boswood now with it. Sims to Scott. Scott with a good move there. Gets tied up with the stick. Shot! Just lifted it up and over as the net comes loose. Good rush by Scott there. Just got that puck deflected up and out. Almost had the angle. Hughes sets to take the draw again. He wins it back to Scott. Scott centers it. Puck still loose. Tied up. Saved. There's the shot. Oh my goodness, I can't believe. Why did they stop that? Boy, they called that puck dead. That was bouncing all over the place. I'm not sure why they stopped the play. Puck was loose, puck was bouncing. Ultimately, they played it dead. Whistled it dead. Chase's line out there now. Graham and Damerl back. Greenhou's got it. He sends it back to Damerl. Damerl fires a shot right into the Colorado shin guards, and we've got a 1-on-0. Ross came out way too early, but knocked the Colorado player off. Let's see what they call here. They called a penalty on Team Alaska. I think they're going to call it on Bray. The question is whether or not they give it a penalty shot. Yeah, they're going to give it a penalty shot. So Ross came out to play it. We'll get zoomed in here. Ross came way out of his net, got the guy offline, and then one of the TA defenders tackled him from behind. So 7:49 penalty shot here in the second period. Very good. Here we go. And that's a goal. So Colorado ties it up 2-2. 7:49 left in the second period. And they're gonna, let's see, they're gonna stop it. You think that would have been a good time for the Zam, but we're gonna play on. 2-2 score here, 7:46 left. Here comes Waldrop. Waldrop fires a shot, deflected up and out by the goalie. Carlson, Berg, and Waldrop out there with Scott and Atchison. Carlson wins it back to Scott. Scott fires a shot, saved by the goalie. Puck comes around. And here comes Colorado out of the zone, through the neutral zone. They dump it on net. 7:20 left in the second period. Colorado still with it. They're up front. Loose puck. Still loose. Puck's still loose. Got a player down on the ice for Colorado. They're going to stop play. Didn't see what happened there. And now we're going to break for the first half. We'll be back in about 8 to 10 minutes.
room, so I'm gonna fill in for a moment. Looks like we have Hughes coming across the blue line. Down in the corner, behind the net, and I'm not sure what that whistle is for. Oh, net's off. Alrighty, face-off will be to the right of the goalie. McGlasson on the boards. Greeno takes it in the corner. Colorado comes away with it. Greeno intercepts. Uses it to the far side boards and gets it down deep into the far corner. Chase sends it out to Scott. Shot on net, and it's saved by the Colorado goalie. Colorado gets the rebound, works back in the other direction, and Team Alaska sends it this direction, and now it's back to the neutral zone. That's an offsides call on Colorado. Okay, here comes John. Okay, bye.
Here comes Waldrop. Dumps it into the Colorado zone. Waldrop and Berg in the far corner. Carlson stretched for it, couldn't quite get it and save it. Waldrop sends it over to the far side. Here's Green now. Little miscommunication there between Green and Waldrop. Colorado offsides at 5:15 left in the second period, still tied 2-2. Hughes line out there. Colorado wins the draw. Sims on the far side board. Colorado sends it in. Atchison and Bram back there on D. Bram sends it over back to the corner. Trying to get to Sims, but a Colorado player stepped up. Sent that puck back around. Colorado has it. Fires a shot. Gloved by Ross. Chase line comes out there now. Chase wins it back to Atchison. Atchison sends it around to McGlasson. McGlasson, good move at the blue line. McGlasson with it. Sends it all the way across over to Greeno. Greeno lost an edge, wasn't able to come up with the puck. Here comes Colorado now the other way. Colorado taken out by Bram. Taking it right back away. There's a shot, and that's a goal. Colorado coming at 4:23 left in the second period. Colorado goes up by 1 goal, 3-2. Carlson set now to take it. He wins it as Waldrop comes up with it. Waldrop's going to send it back into the far corner. There's Damerl. Sends it over to the far side. Scott fires a shot. It doesn't get through as one of the Colorado defensemen blocks that puck, and here comes Colorado the other way. That shot deflected up and out. 4 minutes left in the second period. Colorado. Good job by Berg to step in front of that pass. Here comes Berg into the near corner. Berg and Waldrop. Waldrop gets stood up. Stays on the puck though. Finally gets taken off of it. And Colorado brings it back out. Scott on D. There's the puck right in front. And that's another goal. Puck was bouncing around and popped right in front of the goal, and Colorado was able to bury it to make it 4-2 late in the second period. Hughes line out there now. Here's Boswood. Boswood fires it in. Boswood with a big hit in the corner. Atchison fires it back behind the goal. Hughes, good stick work there. Boswood now behind the net. There's a shot deflected wide. Puck still bouncing around and loose. Goes over to the side far boards. Colorado sends it back in. Hughes is there to contest. He comes out with it. Hughes spins it back around. Boswood now trying to get to that puck. Chase now has it. Skates back behind Ross, up to Sims. Sims lead pass just a bit long for Boswood. Good job by Boswood. Sims now with it, lost it. Green has it, sends it back in, but that's offsides. 2:20 left in the second period. Team Alaska's down 2 goals. Chase, McGlasson, and Greeno out there with Bram and Scott. Puck's loose in the corner. Colorado comes out with it. Tipped away by Scott. Off the boards, but not out. Colorado sends it back behind Ross. Greeno trying to get to that puck. Tips it to Bram. Bram's able to get it out. And here's Scott with it now. Scott avoids a big hit at center ice and dumps it backhanded down into the zone. Here's McGlasson to go get it. McGlasson has it. Down to Carlson. There's going to be a penalty. Interference is coming on Colorado. Referees mistakenly blew the whistle. We had control of that puck. So 1:45 left in the second period. We'll have a power play for the rest of this period. Carlson, Berg, Boswood, McGlasson, and Scott out there. Colorado wins it. Berg takes it away, sends it over to Scott. And they're able to clear it, but it's going to be an icing call. 1:34 left in the second period. Brings it back down. Carlson wins it back to Scott. Scott sends it over to Glasson. Glasson's got space. Shot and glove saved by the goalie. 1:26 left in the second period. 1:41 left in the TA power play. Carlson wins that, goes out of the zone. McGlasson has it, sends it around the boards. Berg and Carlson are trying to get that puck. They come out with it, send it over to Scott. There's Scott. Scott with it. Sends it back behind, and they get the power play set up. Berg in the corner. Carlson going down for support. Carlson comes out with it, sends it up to Scott. Back down to Carlson. To Scott. Scott walks, fires a shot high, bounces right back in front, and that's a goal. Scott's shot hit square behind on the glass, bounced back over the net, and Berg was there to bury it home for a power play goal with 45 seconds left in the second period. TA closes the gap, makes it 4-3 in favor of Colorado. Hughes, Chase, and Sims now. Atchison and Damerl. Chase comes out with it. Good job by Damerl to meet him at the blue line. TA gets it deep. 30 seconds now left in the period. Here comes Colorado. Taken away by Damerl. 20 seconds left in the period. That puck is deflected high and into the rafters. And with 16 seconds left in the second period, they're going to have a face-off outside of the zone, looks like. Nope, they bring it back in. So 15 seconds left to make something happen in this period. Chase sets up for the draw. Colorado wins it. They send it back around the boards. Damerl tried to save it. Wasn't able to. 8 seconds left. Scott's got the puck. Sends it along the boards to Damerl. Damerl up and out, and that'll do it for the second period. After 2, it's Team Alaska 3, Colorado Thunderbirds 4. Yep. There we go, start of the third period. Carlson, Waldrop, and Berg out there with Atchison and Damerl. Colorado wins it. Sends it into the TA zone. Atchison goes back. Leaves it for Damrell. Damrell behind Ross. Sends it up to Berg. Berg fires it across to Waldrop. A little bit behind Carlson there. Big hit by Berg at center ice. And here's Damrell now. Damrell with it to Waldrop. Saved by the goalie. And here comes Colorado the other way. Damrell and Atchison are back there. Good job by, oh, they're going to call a penalty. Going to call Damrell for holding. Sorry for the camera work. So a penalty coming on Team Alaska with 14:20 left in the third period. They'll go on the penalty kill. Chase, McGlasson, Graham, and Scott out there on the penalty kill. Puck's won by Colorado, and they'll set up the power play. There's a shot low, and didn't make it through. Graham sends it over to the sideboards. Chase gets it up and out. Here comes Colorado. Good job by Graham to get that one out of the zone. There's a shot, saved by Ross. 1:25 left in the penalty kill for Team Alaska, chasing the corner along with Scott. Colorado comes out with it, up to the point. There's a shot wide. Off the skates, and McGlasson's going to go to race to the puck. But they're going to call icing with 1:07 left in the penalty kill, 13:27 left in the third period. Boswood, Sims, Green, and Atchison out there on the penalty kill now. 1:07 left in the penalty kill. Atchison sends it around the boards over to Sims. Sims has got some space. He's going to skate it out of the zone. Sims still with it, gets it deep. Colorado goalie goes back to play it. 50 seconds left in the penalty kill. Colorado skates it into the Team Alaska zone. Green giving some defense. They soft shot. Ross is there easily. Centered. Boswood's there. He flips it up and out. That's going to be on net, so no icing. 32 seconds left in the penalty kill. There comes Colorado. They send it hard into the zone. Wrap it around the boards. Green is there in the corner. Flips it up. Boswood with the baseball swing. Can't quite get it out. Good stick by Boswood there. Back up to the point. Behind the net. Centered. Missed. Shot saved by Ross. We're back to even strength now as Damrell comes off the ice. Or excuse me, comes onto the ice from the penalty box. Somebody's got to step up. Sims now with it. Sims gets it out into center ice, and TA will get a line change as Carlson's line comes back out. Graham with a big hit over there on the wall. Carlson battling for the puck. 12 minutes left in the period. Carlson comes out with it, spins around and away from the defender. Tried to get it high off the glass, but it hit off that forward. Big hit by Anderson into the boards. Puck still loose. And Carlson finally came up with it, but again, sent it off of one of the forwards for Colorado and couldn't get it out of the zone. Carlson again with it, up to Berg. Berg has some space, he's gonna send it. Here's Carlson now with it. Carlson, and they're offsides. 11:23 left in the third period. Carlson, Waldrop, and Berg still out there, along with Graham and Scott. Colorado's able to get it out of the zone. Here they come the other way. Scott's on D, deflects that shot. Colorado sends it back behind Ross. Bram's over there to get it, sends it up to Bird. Bird now off the glass trying to get Carlson. Carlson's got some speed, gets around that forward. Carlson with it. Pass! No goal there. Great pass from Carlson to Waldrop. Great save by the goalie. Tied up in the corner. Waldrop comes out with it. There's another shot, saved by the goalie. 10:45 left in the third period. Some good pressure from Team Alaska as they look to tie this game up. They're down by 1 goal, 4-3. Chase, McGlasson, Greenow, Atchison, and Damerl out there. Chase wins it back to McGlasson, who sent it around the boards. Chase gets there. Greenow back down into the corner. High off the glass. Damerl's there to save it. Sends it back down deep. Chase goes back to get it behind the Colorado goalie. Tried to spin and pass to McGlasson, who was there in the center, but it got deflected. And they're going to call a penalty. It's going to be a trip. And it looks like it's going to be McGlasson going to the box. No, sorry, 26, White. So Team Alaska goes back on the power play with 10:23 left. As Carlson, Boswood, Bird, McGlasson, and Scott are back out there on the ice. Carlson wins it back to McGlasson. Over to Scott. Scott fires a shot. Puck's still loose. Puck's still loose. Back in the corner. Carlson gathers it. Sends it over to Scott. Carlson. Up to Scott. Back to Carlson. Here comes Carlson skating in the middle. Carlson spins back around. Bird goes back for some help over there. Back down to Carlson. Saucer pass up to Scott. Scott walks in, fires a shot, doesn't get through. And Colorado sends that one down. Icing's waved off as Ross had to touch that one. It was on net. Here comes Scott. Scott with some speed through the neutral zone. Scott's still with it, fires a shot off the goalie. And Colorado gets it out as McGlasson comes up the puck, sends it over to Scott. Up to Bird, who fires it on net. 54 seconds left in the power play. A little bit of activity after the whistle. Nothing serious. 51 seconds left in the power play for Team Alaska. 9:14 left in the game. Team Alaska still down 1 goal. Line change here for TA on the power play. We've got Chase, Waldrop, Sims, Hughes, and Damerl. TA wins it. Here's Damerl. 45 seconds left in the power play. Chase now. That's a goal. Chase skated in, fired a quick wrister, and they'll tie it up for the second power play goal of the game with 9:03 left in the third period. We're tied up at 4-4. Chase from Damerl there. Chase, Greenow, McGlasson, Scott, and Green out on the ice. Good stick by Waldrop to poke it back into the Colorado zone. McGlasson gets some, harasses the defender back there. Good hit by Chase. Here comes Colorado the other way. Scott's back on D along with Green. Good job by Scott to get in the way of that pass. Puck goes around the boards over to Green and Greenow. Chase comes out with it. Scott now up to McGlasson. Sends it over to Greenow. Greeno fires a shot back behind, wraps it around to Scott. Scott fires a shot, gloved by the goalie with 8:21 left in the third period. Scores tied 4-4. Carlson, Waldrop, Berg, Graham, and Damrell out there now on the ice. There's 8:15 left in the game. Left in the period. Graham comes back to grab that puck behind. Missed opportunity for Colorado there. There's a shot blocked by Graham. Good job staying in front of that lane. Carlson now sends it around the boards over to Damrell. Damrell's got it, lifts it up and out. They're going to wave off icing. .7:40 left in the period. Colorado fires it out of the zone. Icing's going to be waved off. Damrell's going to come back, grab that puck as Colorado goes for a line change. Damrell still with it. Some nifty moves at the blue line. Damrell still tried to get a shot up and get tied up right at the last minute. Damrell's now going to come off. Atchison comes on. Berg battling forward in the corner. Carlson gathers it behind the Colorado goalie. Big hit. There's going to be a penalty coming again on Colorado as Carlson took a big hit behind the net. Probably going to be a charging call, I would guess. We'll see. 7:05 left in the third period as TA will go on their third power play of the game. We're just going to call roughing. We need one more skater for TA as Greeno comes out there. We got Chase, Sims, Greeno, along with Hughes and Damrell. TA wins it. Back to Hughes. Hughes sends it back around the Colorado goalie. Greeno goes in there. Taps it away. Chase to Damrell. Damrell sends it over to Hughes. Across to Chase. Damrell, back to Hughes. Hughes walks in, shot. Puck's still loose in front. Colorado gets it off over the side. And they're going to send it down. It's not going to be icing. Damrell coming back. He grabs the puck. 1:28 left in the power play for Team Alaska. Sims grabs it now. He fires it in and around the boards. Goalie's there to gather it. Race to the puck. Sims gets there first. He taps it down to Greeno. Greeno with the puck. Shot. He's still got it. Colorado tries to get it out of the zone, but Hughes is there to keep it in. Tried to double back down, and Colorado gets it out, but that's going to be icing. 6:02 left in the third period. 55 seconds left in Team Alaska's power play. It's tied 4-4. Carlson, Boswood, Berg, McGlasson, and Scott out there now for the final 55 seconds of the TA power play. Quick shot on net, saved by the goalie. Puck is tipped and deflected out. So 46 seconds left in the power play. Carlson wins it again. McGlasson over to Scott. Scott walks in. Scott fires a shot, saved by the goalie. Carlson again wins it. Berg has the puck now. They get the power play set up for the final 30 seconds. Scott back to Carlson. Carlson comes in, fires it over to McGlasson. McGlasson wasn't at the right angle there. Sends it back over to Carlson. He walks again, fires a shot, and that is deflected up and out. 21 seconds left in the power play. 5:26 left in the third period. McGlasson's going to come off for a breather here as Atchison goes out there. Never mind, they're going to send Damrell back out. Boswood sends it off the boards to Carlson, back to Scott, to Carlson. Down to Berg. Berg with it. 8 seconds left in the power play. Back down to Berg. 4 seconds left in the power play. Here's Carlson. He's going to walk in, fire a shot. It misses wide, wraps around. Damrell's there to keep it. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey with 5 minutes left in the game. Carlson comes back in. Good move. Rebound. Puck still loose. Carlson again. Fires a shot. Another rebound. Damrell now. Deflected. Saved by the goalie. And here comes Colorado. Big hit at center ice by Damrell. TA gets a line change as Greeno comes out now along with Chase. They're going to send that puck into the Team Alaska zone. Scott's got it. Sends it around the boards to McGlasson. McGlasson tried to go a long stretch pass. Dangerous there. Good job by Scott. Fires it off into his own bench. With 4:15 left in the third period. Still tied at 4. Chase, Greenow, McGlasson, Atchison, and Bram back on D. Colorado wins that one. McGlasson applying some pressure. Now Bram, good move by Colorado there. Good save by Ross. They wheel it back. Chase is there. Had a good read on that play. Tied up in the corner. Colorado comes out with it. Chase lifts his stick. Atchison hustling to go get the puck, and he comes out with it back behind Ross. Sends it back down. McGlasson wasn't ready for that one. Greenow taps it up, and here's McGlasson coming the other way. Chase gets to it first, sends it deep. Greenow's back behind the goal. Atchison comes up. Atchison walks in, fires a shot, deflected high up, blocker behind the net, still stays in the ice. Puck still loose right in front. Puck still behind the net. Colorado comes out with it. Good stick there by Sims. Knocks that puck in the corner. Colorado's coming the other way. Atchison there. Good job by Atchison to stay in the shooting lane. Atchison behind Ross. Sims now with it. Tried to hit a streaking Boswood, but it was deflected. Colorado gets it back in. 2:50 left in the third period. Damrell tried to get it over to Boswood, but they weren't able to connect. Boswood sends it back over there. Now Hughes battling in the corner. Scott goes in there for some support. Boswood comes out with the puck. Ties it up here in the corner. 2:30 left in the third period. Hughes gets it up and clears the zone. Sims putting some pressure on. Colorado gets it back deep again. 2:15 left in the third period. Scott now with it, sends it along the boards. Sims is there to gather it. Sims with it. Sims has got some space. He's going to dump and change. 2:07 left in the third period. Here comes Carlson's line back out there. Scott and Damrell still back on D. Berg comes out with it. He's got Waldrop there with him. Berg tried to drop it, but it was intercepted. Colorado sends it off the near boards. They drop it down. There's a shot. Saved by Ross. It's up in front. Still loose. Still loose. Good job by Berg. Berg was able to clear that puck. It was in the blue. 1:30 left. Puck intercepted. Here's Carlson. Carlson with a shot. And that's a goal with 1:28. Great play by Berg. Gets it over to Carlson, and Carlson buries it with 1:28 left in the third period. Makes it 5-4 Team Alaska. Timeout called by Colorado. Here we go, final 1:28 left in the third period. Hughes, McGlasson, Chase, Atchison, and Scott. Colorado's already pulled their goalie, so they've got an extra skater for the final 1:20. They look to get it set up. 1:15. Atchison gets it over into the side. Colorado trying to get it set up. They do. There's a shot blocked by Hughes. Good job by Hughes. Good stick. McGlasson bounced over Scott's stick. 55 seconds left. TA's trying to get it out of the zone. They finally clear it. 50 seconds left in the third. Good pressure by Chase. 40 seconds. Scott's got him. Shot wide. Kicks around the boards. Chase steps up. Scott now steps up. That shot saved by the goalie. Puck's still loose. Puck's still loose in front. Went behind. They blew the whistle. 25 seconds left. Good job by Ross stopping those rebounds. Puck was loose and they couldn't bury it. So 25.9 seconds left. Carlson, Boswood, Berg, Damerl, and Bram now on the ice. Colorado wins it. Shot, quick shot, saved by Ross. Damerl fires it around the boards. He's able to get it out of the zone. 17 seconds. Good stick by Boswood there. Berg just sends it into the corner. 10 seconds. 6 seconds. Here comes Colorado. 3 seconds. Tied up. And that's going to do her. Great job by TA on the comeback in Game 4. Ross gets his second win of the weekend. And that moves Team Alaska to 4-0 here down in Phoenix.